You like small portions, big flavors? Yeah, me too. My name's Chef Paul Macri with Le Cordon Bleu. Today we're going to make a little Mongolian beef stir fry. We're going to serve it in some little lettuce wraps. Makes a perfect appetizer for all your friends. Makes them think you're some kind of professional. We're going to start out here with this little piece of steak. This is something you get at the grocery store. It costs about maybe $3 or $4 a pound. The thing you want to pay attention to with this piece of meat, though, is the fact we've got grain. Grain is something that we want to cut against. When we cut against the grain, it makes the fibers nice and short, makes it nice and tender. So we're going to start out here against the grain. You can see it right here. It kind of looks like racing stripes. We're going to take a very sharp knife, get some really nice thin slices. Look at that, nice and thin. And when you cut through on this stuff, cut a little bit opposite itself. Make almost divide it into thirds. We have this piece, and we have this piece, and we have this piece. We want to do all this ahead of time. We give it a little time to marinate. Let those flavors get all happy together. I love it when flavors are happy. I don't know about you. Flavors we're going to add to this is some ginger, some garlic, a little bit of cornstarch. Gives it a little crust, a little crunchiness. It's a beautiful thing. So as you can see, it slices really easy. If your knife is sharp, it slices easy. If your knife's not sharp, go get it sharpened. It's one of those things you just got to have. Sharp, dull knives are dangerous knives. So we get this all nice and tidied up. You can see here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. This is just ready to eat right now. I could eat it right now, but I'm not gonna. Let's go ahead and put it in this bowl. And then we're going to get a little marinade on it. I got a little bit of cornstarch. It's A quantity. It's one of our favorite measurements at Le Cordon Bleu is A quantity. Just enough to do the job. How much is it? I don't know. How much do you have? Got a couple of egg whites here. And that's all we want is the egg white. Again, the egg white gives it the structure. A little bit of protein coagulation. Beautiful thing. See, I have this custom egg separator. It comes with every egg. I know people who have these little egg separators. I don't know why they buy those. All right. It looks kind of sloppy and gloppy right now, but that's okay. It's going to work itself out. So let me get a little fork here. We'll stir this up, get all this incorporated. That's it for the marinade. Could it be any simpler than that? I don't think so. I don't know how. Make sure everything gets fully engaged. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. It's ready to go. Now it's time to wash your hands. I just worked with raw meat, so now it's time to wash your hands. We're going to make a little marinade. I've got a couple of ingredients here we're going to put together. I have a little sake wine here, a little rice wine. That gives a really nice sweet flavor to it. Got a little white wine vinegar. This gives a little bit of that pop, a little bit of that good stuff. Got some hoisin sauce here. This is a fermented bean sauce, common at most grocery stores. Most Asian restaurants have this on the table. It's almost a table condiment. Get a little bit of this in there. And the thing about Asian food that's so interesting and so fun is that it's all about prep beforehand. You get everything done beforehand, and the work that comes at the time of the event is very easy. A little soy sauce, get a little S, a little P. That's salt and pepper in the culinary terms. And just a little bit of sugar. Okay, mix all this together. Then you got this nice little sauce. It'll be actually a deglaze, fancy French word for just taking all the good stuff off the bottom of the wok. Get all that fully incorporated. And that hoisin sauce actually gives it a little bit of consistency. All right, very good. So now we have the step 1 and 2 of the ingredient. Do the meat, do the sauce. Now we got to get the veggies ready. Now I have a little ginger, I have a little sliced garlic, and just to take it up to that next level, we got a little red chili flake. I got a little red bell pepper here. You want to be choosy when you choose red bell peppers in the grocery store. Make sure that you get a nice one that's got nice flat sides. Don't get one that looks like it's got issues. Okay, so get a nice little slice like that. Since we're going into some really small little cups, we want to make sure that all the cuts are nice and small. Everything's got to match up. So I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to stack it up, flip it over, and then get some nice juliennes. If you can't go fast doing this, don't try to. If you can, go ahead. But you definitely don't want to lose a finger. It's not worth it. Okay, so there we go. Some nice juliennes. We'll just set those to the side. And then I've got some green onions. Green onions, scallions, baby leeks, whatever works for you, whatever you have available. It's all about availability. Just cut those little root ends off. Those are no good. Make sure they wash real well. They come from the ground, so you don't want to get any of that nastiness. If the bulbs are really big like this, a nice little trick is just to cut them in half before you process them any further. And this makes the pieces nice and small. So again, nice and small pieces. We're going to cut this on a nice hard bias. I have the whites, I set those aside. Those are for a different purpose. And then I have the green part. The green part I cut just a little bit larger to give a little more texture, a little more consistency. All right. Whew. Man, that was easy, huh? It's a lot going on, but really not that much. So now I have this nice hot wok over here. How do I know it's hot? Well, because I had the flame on it for, I don't know, about 5-10 minutes. If your burners at home are not as strong as this, you may want to maybe get a commercial wok, get something that has a little more power to it. I like to do this actually outside because it makes a little bit of smoke and I actually get a little bit of flame going on. So here we see it's a nice hand hammered wok. Got a little bit of canola oil. We're going to go ahead and go in with that. And we know it's hot because we can hear it. We can see it. Oh, look at that smoking up. Nice. Nice. Go ahead and get a nice coating on the inside of that wok. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Now this is a chan. This is the tool I'm going to use for this. The reason we use this is because it matches in. Matches in with the bottom of the wok and allows me to get a nice scraping on the bottom. All right. So let's see how this all comes together. Again, here's my meat. It's got all that cornstarch, that egg white on there. Again, this is just going to give it a nice little structure. It looks kind of gloppy and goopy right now. That's okay though. It all works out. Okay. Now, woks have hot oil, so you want to be careful and don't throw this right into the wok from a distance. That creates the white hot tsunami. You don't want that. You don't want to. That's dangerous. So that's why that's another function of this chan. We just kind of drop it in and let it do the job. Now this is where it gets exciting. You want everybody in the kitchen when you do this. Oh yeah. You want them seeing what's going on. Now with a nice high flame, you'll see that it starts to brown up real nice for you. And now let's talk about these other ingredients. These are all cut really nice and small. Gets that nice impact of flavor. Garlic too, we slice it so we get a little more bite when we eat into it. And the chili peppers go in at the hot oil stage. Just get about a teaspoon or so of those. Beautiful. Keep it moving around. Utilizing the whole wok. See, that's the whole function of a wok. We want to get all that burner going on all the way around. Beautiful. Okay, at this point, the meat is about 3/4 done. We don't want to cook it all the way at this point. Go in with a little bit of that ginger, a little bit of that garlic. Oh, smells good already. If I had smell-o-vision, you guys would be tracking me down, trying to get some of this. All right, beautiful. Now we go in with our veggies. This is so simple. I make this at home all the time. It's a beautiful thing. Smell-o-vision's definitely working. Now comes a piece de resistance. We're going to go ahead and add in that sauce. Give it a nice stir up because all that hard part of the thick part of that hoisin sauce is going to kind of sink to the bottom. So you want to make sure everything is fully incorporated. Right before we go in, the white parts of those green onions, just give that last little pop of flavor. A little bit of that sauce. Bring it in around the sides. Oh yeah, baby. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Look at this thing. Now you just let all the flavors come together, do their little happy dance. All right, so how do we finish this? It's really simple. While all the flavors get together nice and fancy, we're gonna go ahead and pull over these little lettuce wraps. Now this is what we're gonna serve these in. This makes it just awesome. So let's pull this beautiful beef over here. Get a little bit in each one. Look at that, big flavors, little tiny packages. People are gonna eat like 20 of these and not even know they ate one. Get a little bit in each one. Beautiful. Beautiful. And the smells, the ginger, the garlic, all the smells are awesome. Look at that. Just as simple as that. Mongolian beef lettuce wraps. Le Cordon Bleu. Have a great day.